My sister showed up to our mother's funeral in a $3,000 Chanel suit. I showed up in my nursing scrubs. I'd worked a 12-hour night shift and hadn't slept in 36 hours. Emma didn't cry once. She was too busy texting her husband about the inheritance. $2.3 million. She'd already picked out a vacation home in the Maldives. I overheard her in the bathroom. 70% is mine. Mom always loved me more. Here's what 30 years of being the family scapegoat looks like. When Emma graduated college, my parents paid the full $120,000. Private university, sorority, study abroad in Italy. When I graduated nursing school, I worked 3 jobs to pay my own way. Mom's only comment? At least you'll always have work. Emma's wedding cost $80,000. Ice sculptures, live orchestra, Wagyu beef for 300 guests. I eloped at City Hall. Mom told her friends I was going through a phase. When Emma bought her first house, Mom and Dad handed her $200,000 for the down payment. When I bought my tiny condo, Mom said, well, it's very practical. Practical, that was her favorite word for me. Emma was brilliant. Emma was stunning. Emma was going places. I was practical. 6 months ago, Mom got cancer. Stage 4. Doctors gave her 6 months to live. I took 8 weeks of unpaid leave, $12,000 in lost wages. I was at the hospital every single day. Morning shift. Evening shift. Overnight when she couldn't sleep. I held her hand during chemo. I read to her when the morphine made her confused. Emma visited twice. Twice in 6 months. But she texted constantly. Praying for Mom. Thinking of you, Mama. The nurses thought I was an only child. Mom died on a Tuesday morning while I held her hand. Emma was at a yoga retreat in Sedona. At the funeral reception, I heard Emma on the phone. The estate's worth $2.3 million. It's mostly mine. We can finally get that Maldives property. 1 week later, we sat in the lawyer's office. Emma wore Louboutins. I still had hospital antiseptic under my fingernails. The lawyer read the original will. 70% to Emma, 30% to me. Emma would get $1.6 million. I'd get $690,000. Emma smiled that satisfied, entitled smile I'd seen my whole life. I started gathering my purse to leave. Then the lawyer said, wait, there's a second will, a codicil executed 3 months ago. Emma's smile disappeared. The lawyer pulled out a newer document, thicker, more official. To understand what happened next, you need to know something I never told my family. 15 years ago, I saved $50,000 from working 3 jobs. A family friend was starting a medical supply company and needed investors. I gave him everything. Over 15 years, that company went national. My stake became worth $4.7 million. Mom found out by accident 5 years ago. The friend thanked me at a party for believing in him from the start. Mom was shocked. I'd never told her, never bragged, never asked for recognition. In her final months, Mom and I actually talked. Really talked. Late nights when the pain meds made her reflective. I see you now, she said one night at 2 a.m. I don't know why it took me dying to really see you. She asked about my work, the patients I'd saved, the lives I'd touched. I told her about the little boy I helped survive sepsis, about the elderly woman whose hand I held when her family couldn't visit during COVID. Mom cried, "You're the good one. You always were." She saw something else, too. She saw who showed up every single day and who didn't. 6 weeks before she died, Mom called her lawyer to the hospital. When he left, she looked exhausted but lighter. I did something today, she said. Something I should have done 30 years ago. She'd changed everything. Back in the lawyer's office, he read the new will. The family home valued at $1.6 million goes entirely to. He said my name. I couldn't breathe. Emma went pale. All family heirlooms and jewelry valued at $200,000 go to. My name again. The remaining cash assets, $700,000, go to Emma. Emma stood up, shaking. This is insane. Someone manipulated her. This is elder abuse. The lawyer remained calm. Your mother was evaluated by 2 psychiatrists. Both confirmed full mental capacity. She also left a letter. Should I read it aloud? Emma sat down hard. Read it. The lawyer began. My dearest daughters, for 30 years I failed you both. Emma, I gave you everything: money, praise, attention. I'm not sure it made you a better person. I gave my other daughter nothing, and look at who she became anyway. Emma's hands were shaking. The letter continued. In my final months, only one of you showed up. Only one took unpaid leave to sit with me during chemo, to hold my hand at 3 a.m. when I was scared. Only one of you loved me more than my money. The lawyer paused. She ends with, Emma, you can contest this will, but know that if you do, the contestation clause activates and you'll receive exactly $1. Your choice. Emma's face went from white to purple. I'm contesting this. This is illegal. The lawyer closed the folder. That's your right, but I should mention the clause. 2 months later, Emma filed her contest despite the warning. The judge reviewed the psychiatric evaluations, the video recording of Mom stating her wishes, the witness testimony. Case dismissed. Emma's inheritance was reduced to $1 per the will's terms. Her legal fees? $30,000. She paid $30,000 to win $1. Current status. I sold the house for $1.85 million. I donated $200,000 to hospice care in Mom's name. Emma had to get her first real job at 48. Works retail now. Her husband left her when the money disappeared. I never answered her 47 phone calls. I never responded to her messages. The last thing Mom said to me before she died was, "You earned this by just loving me." Emma spent 30 years being the favorite. I spent 30 years being invisible. Mom spent her final weeks making sure the invisible daughter was finally seen.